Getting to Thornybush was easier than I expected. We came in from the open road and simply drove straight past the headquarters entrance. Further along the road, we came across a gate with a signboard. That's when the excitement really set in. Once inside the reserve, the road was easy to follow with a well-marked signpost leading us all the way to the lodge. At exactly 3:20, we pulled into Tangala, with barely 10 minutes to spare before the afternoon game drive begins. No time to settle in, the adventure was already waiting.
Costa is the one that is gonna pointing some animal for us and is gonna helping us to check some fresh tracks. If we didn't find the animal, please don't blame me.
Blame him.
Yeah.
With the introductions and briefing done, we set off on our very first game drive. The anticipation was high, and it didn't take long before the bush offered us our very first sighting. From our very first sighting, I could already feel the difference between a private game reserve and a self-driving Kruger. Here, every encounter felt intimate and unhurried, a standard that carried through the entire stay.
The male is smaller. Because a day it might be made with 10 or tomorrow.
A little later, we paused at a dam on the northern side of the reserve, the perfect spot to take in the stillness of the water and the life it attracts. Just as we were about to stop for our sundowner, the radio crackled to life. A leopard has been spotted and it was close by. Without hesitation, our guide turned the vehicle and headed straight for the sighting. For about 15 minutes, we watched a leopard sleeping peacefully. Then all of a sudden, she lifted her head and rose to her feet, a clear sign that something was about to happen. With effortless grace, the leopard climbed up into a nearby tree, pausing on a branch to secure the perfect vantage point, her eyes scanning the landscape below, locked into the unsuspecting impalas. Unaware of the lion presence, she slipped gracefully down from the tree and continued scanning the bush, still intent on the impalas. As a couple of more vehicles pulled in, she tried to turn the situation to her advantage, using them as a cover to stalk the impalas again. But as it always goes in the bush, not every hunt ends with a success. After spending an incredible hour and 20 minutes with her, we eventually moved on to give other guests the chance to enjoy the sighting. I left with memories I will never forget, and some of the shots I'm truly proud of. I would love to hear what you think of these pictures. Our trekker Costa surprised us with a spotted eagle owl, and for me, it was a truly special moment. I hadn't photographed this owl in such a long time. Another special sighting to add to the day.
Did you arrive and jump on the vehicle and go see the leopard?
Yeah.
Was it lovely?
Yeah, it
And the
was.
little baby elephant was cute.
Yeah.
It is lovely, yeah.
Here we have a barbecue. We call it braai. We have pap. It's similar to polenta. We know as busha. And we have shiva, is tomato and onion. We have mealies on that side. We have chicken drumstick. We have beef kebabs. We have pork ration. On that table, we have bread brokis. It's a homemade bread with some fillings with tomato, onion, and cheese. And we have potato salad. We have beetroot. We have coleslaw. Our dessert gonna be a milk tart. I hope you enjoy.
That's okay.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Each morning begin with a gentle wake-up call at our tent from our trekker. We'll make our way to the lounge where the smell of fresh coffee and few snacks waited us. And before setting out for the drive, they handed us hot water bottles to keep us warm in the crisp morning air. We headed east straight into the rising sun as the sky exploded with beautiful morning colors. tracker suddenly pointed out fresh leopard tracks on the road. Both he and our guide stepped out of the vehicle to take a closer look, a clear sign that a leopard was nearby, and our anticipation instantly grew.
Lagi otak para atrás.
Our guide and tracker did an incredible job following this leopard through some really tricky terrain, making sure that we had a front seat row the entire time. Their effort and determination to give us the best possible view left me genuinely impressed. It was a true premium experience. The leopard moved deeper into some very tricky terrain, and our guide made the call to leave her in peace and continue exploring to see what else the bush had in store for us. Our guide definitely knew how to keep things fun, weaving us through a dry riverbed with twists, turns, and bumps that had us laughing with excitement. It's one of those moments where you really have to be there to feel the thrill of it. We paused for a quick break, looking out over a stunning backdrop of the Drakensberg Mountains, the perfect spot to soak in the view with a warm cup in hand. We passed by the dam, but it was quiet. Not much happening there this time around.
So lions are the lazy cats.
Yeah.
They can sleep
All day.
This is the Avoca Pride family holding their territory here in the Thornybush Game Reserve. In total, there were 8 lions, 2 cubs, 4 sub-adults and 2 lionesses. With the lions lazing about and the sun climbing higher, we decided it was time to head back to the lodge. Right next to the lodge, we came across some general game, likely wandering back after a drink at the lodge's water hole. Back at the lodge, as always, the wonderful manager was there to welcome us. We were received with the warm towels to freshen our hands and a half glass of juice, a simple gesture that made us feel at home. One thing that really stood out during our stay at Tangala was the food. There was always more than enough, and every meal was beautifully prepared. The chefs truly did a fantastic job. For us, it was definitely one of the highlights of the trip. As a keen photographer myself, my focus is usually on the wildlife side of things, but I have to say, the facilities at Tangala are as impressive. After breakfast, I took some time to relax in front of the water hole, watching to see what animals might come down for a drink, and after that, I'll take you on a quick tour of our room. The water hole is without a doubt one of Tangala's best features. There is nothing more refreshing than sitting back in the comfort of your lounge, watching a steady stream of animals coming down for a drink. I want to give a special shout out to Totem and Epic Outdoors for sending a super thanks on the last video. Your support means a lot, and a very special thanks to Roni Machete for the long-term support. I truly appreciate every one of you for not only supporting the channel but also for taking the time to watch these videos. So we came back from the drive and then we had breakfast. So now back to the room. I'm going to show you our room. So we have 2 chairs here and a big mirror, and then those are the leftovers for last night. And then nice double bed. They give you an option, you can choose you want 2 single beds or a double bed. So went for a double bed, and then that's our camping stuff. There's a fan and bathroom here, shower gel and stuff, and a shampoo, and we have his and hers here as well. We have 2 basins, which is quite good. So this is the view, and then that's another chalet. So that side there's a fence, it's visible, I can see it. And then yeah, so this tree here, it's actually outside of the lodge. And that's our neighbors there. It's just nice and simple, solar powered, and they also allowed us to run our camping fridge as well, because we're still going back to Kruger after this. So this is where the game drive starts. Okay. It's a hole over there. That's Busiso. Bame. Yeah. Where we have breakfast and dinner. And a lovely waterhole with the mountain backdrop there. And there's a corner that side. Hi. And this is the view from the waterhole side. While keeping an eye on the waterhole, I managed to capture a few shots. My favorite is to be this panoramic photo of the maintenance guy at work fixing the waterhole.
Especially for the last row. With the cell phone, please keep it on the safety place, because where you are on the last of the vehicle. Once you pull it on the pocket, it's gonna fall off while you're not hearing.
After a quick brief from our guide Noel, we set off on an afternoon game drive. Our first stop was the lion sighting, just a short distance from the lodge. The lions were still lazing in the heat, so we decided to move on, hoping to return later once the temperature is cooled down and they become more active.
So do you know Amarula liquor?
Oh, Sabahula.
Yeah, it comes from the roots of this tree. This is Marula tree. So it's very famous tree all over South Africa. Okay, so the tree is called the round leaf sauceberry. A round leaf sauceberry. It do bear some fruits, but because of the baboons, they eat it.
The roundleaf sourberry tree had a very practical use. Women would rub its leaf against their nails, using them like a natural sandpaper to smooth and shape them. We soon pulled into another lion sighting, this time with a different pride, the second one that calls Thornybush Game Reserve home. Like most lion sightings, the adults were fast asleep, but the cubs stole the show, full of energy and keeping us entertained the whole time. From what I could see, the pride was made up of 4 playful cubs, a powerful male lion, and 2 lionesses. We eventually left the lions and stopped for our sundowner, not far from where we'd seen the leopard a night before. After enjoying our sundowner, we made our way back to the lion sighting. They had shifted slightly from where we had left them, but they were still lazing about, not doing much. At one point, the male lion finally lifted his head and let out a massive yawn. In that brief moment, I fired off a sequence of 90 shots. Hippos usually spend their days submerged in water, only emerging at night to graze on grass. That's why it always feels special to catch a glimpse of them out on land. At night, the lodge is just as stunning, softly lit by lanterns and lights that give it a warm, magical glow. On our final night, the dinner began with a warm starter of mushroom soup, delicately infused with a hint of cinnamon. Okay. So today we are having medium rare steak with some veggies. Tonight. On our final morning drive, we headed east along the Timbabati boundary, the cool dawn air filled with anticipation as we set out on one last mission to find the buffaloes. Just as we turned into the boundary road, a lone wild dog appeared, trotting along the track. Sightings like this are always special, and we were almost certain it was the same one we'd seen only minutes earlier at the lodge water hole. This particular wild dog is known as Mulahleki, a Tonga name that means the lost one. He eventually crossed over into Timbabati, and we carried on with our drive, continuing the search for the buffaloes. Driving along the boundary road, our tracker spotted fresh buffalo tracks. He and our guide climbed out of the vehicle to follow them into the bush, showing once again the dedication and effort they put into every sighting. It's that commitment to enhancing the experience that makes Tangala so special, and one of the reasons we'll surely return. We were so focused on following the buffaloes when out of nowhere, the left rear tire picked up a puncture. What could have been a disaster turned out into a welcome break. We hopped out of the vehicle, stretched our legs, and enjoyed a few unexpected moments standing in the middle of the bush. While we were so locked in finding the rhinos and buffaloes, the bush had other plans. The bush reminded us to appreciate the smaller things too, like these two stick insects mating, something you definitely don't come across every day. That morning, almost every road we took was marked with fresh rhino tracks, yet still no rhinos in sight. But after all the searching and persistence, our efforts finally paid off. After leaving the rhinos, we started making our way back to the lodge. But not even a kilometer down the road, the bush had one last surprise for us. Another big 5 sighting waiting just ahead.
They're already retired to working with the group. Keep on stepping over you. So even the lions, they think twice to hunt the buffalo. They end up sleeping there.
During this sighting, my attention shifted to the yellow-billed oxpeckers, and I managed to capture some really great shots of them. We returned back to the lodge with a bittersweet feeling, sad that our time at Tangala was coming to an end, but the breathtaking setting of our final breakfast made for the perfect farewell, a moment that will stay with us long after we left. Breakfast with impalas on the water hole. Can't get better than this. After breakfast, we bid a sad farewell to Tangala and begin making our way towards Kruger National Park. Looking back at our time at Tangala Safari Camp, it was so much more than just a trip. It was an adventure that blended unforgettable wildlife encounters with the kind of warmth and care that makes you feel at home. From trekking leopards through tricky terrain, to meeting Mulahleki the wild dog, to simply enjoying hot coffee before a chilly morning drive, every moment here felt special. What truly stood out was the passion of our guide, our trekker, and the entire team at Tangala. Their dedication gave us not just sightings, but memories we'll never forget. As we left for Kruger, I realized that adventure isn't about how much it costs or even where you go. It's about the people, the moments, and the stories that stay with you long after the journey ends. And for me, Tangala will always hold a special place in my heart. I would love to know, what do you think? Which part of the trip stood out for you the most? Before we wrap up the video, let me share some of my favorite images from the episode. Join us in the next episode as we head back into Kruger National Park for 5 more nights, 2 at Xipandza and 3 camping at Xipandza Rustic Camp.